Mike Papantonio, star host, attorney, ringofireradio.com is on the line with us. Ring of Fire Radio, of course. And along with Bobby Kennedy Jr. and Sam Cedar and David Bender and a whole collection and cast and crew. Hey, Pap, how you doing?
Tom, how you doing today?
Just
Arr, as you would say.
Arg, indeed. That's
I didn't know we had a pirate appreciation day.
It is International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Okay.
Ahoy, matey. Okay, yeah, I live on a boat. I should be doing this. So, anyhow, you and I think, sometimes great minds think alike. I published this piece. We did this as our daily take yesterday or the day before on TV, and it's published over Truth Out about this 3-act play of the repudiation of Reaganomics. Act number 1 being that America said no thank you to John Kerry. We didn't like Reagan's war in Grenada. We didn't like Bush's wars. We don't want any more wars. Act 2 was the repudiation of Clintonomics, which are a variation on Reaganomics, at least in large part, with Larry Summers. And I'm hoping Act 3 is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. Your thoughts on all this?
Well, I think you got it right. I mean, look, you're talking about millennials abandoning all these myths that center around Reaganism and center around Clintonism. It is really an abandonment, honestly, if you watch it develop, of this new Obama regime that looks an awful lot like the old Clinton regime. But look, here's what we have. You had Reaganomics gave us no government was their mantra, laissez-faire, a free-for-all food fight where it came to capitalism, a no safety net, every man for himself, and the 40-something GOPers that we still hear talking about like that, obviously Bobby Jindal, Scott Walker, Paul Ryan, and Ted Cruz, they are a minority among millennials. On the other side, you had the Clinton picture. The Clinton picture, not much different from the Reagan picture. Free-for-all food fight where it comes to capitalism, diminished safety net for millennials, economic growth. Economic growth is more important than economic redistribution or economic security. And there was a total abandonment of what you and I grew up with, Kennedy and Johnson kind of government. And in that, on the Clinton side, you got Cory Booker, and you've got Obama, that kind of the core that surrounds Obama. But this is a big shift, Tom. This shift is what we saw up in New York with Bill de Blasio. We saw a new attitude. We saw millennials. When you ask a millennial, what do you think about socialism and democratic socialism? No problem with them. They haven't bought into the old myths that both Reaganism and Clintonism gave them. They're coming into an America where they have no wages, they have no benefits, they have no employment. They're coming into an America that they have seen burned down with the old governments of both Clinton and Reagan. So they're ready to abandon all that. It's very positive. It's happening in New York. I think it's going to take place in other parts of the country.
I see this large arc, Mike, where we started. We could start at 1920 to make it really simple. You had Warren Harding running on a campaign platform of literally, he said, more business in government, less government in business, right? And that kicked off the Roaring '20s. He dropped the top tax rate from 90% down to 25% and deregulated business. And you had 9 years of bubble, and then it burst. And then you had that was the first, the first Reagan revolution. That lasted until 1932, 33, when FDR came in. And then we had the New Deal revolution. The New Deal revolution stood until 1981 with the Reagan Revolution. Yes. And the Reagan Revolution has not yet been stopped or overturned. Clinton made it friendlier and fine-tuned it around the edges. And some people in the Clinton administration, like Robert Rubin, actually did good stuff. But basically, even Obama has not changed the Reagan Revolution. We still have taxes on the super rich below 50%, low capital gains, blah, 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 blah. Do you see the repudiation, a new revolution, a New Deal kind of revolution coming down the road?
Yes, and a guy like Obama is shocked by it. The people who surrounded Obama are shocked that you have people that got pushback on Syria, got pushback on Summers, got pushback on legalization of marijuana, got pushback on DOMA, got pushback on Social Security, got pushback on the XL pipeline. He wasn't prepared for that, and the people that surround him aren't prepared because they're so damn out of sync with what's happening outside the Beltway. They never leave the Beltway. They don't understand that there's a new millennial government that is going to take form. And we saw it with Bill de Blasio. Look, the critics can downplay Bill de Blasio as much as they want, but I got to tell you something, Tom. This is a guy who is running fourth in a race. You had Bloomberg every day, the Wall Street darling, Bloomberg out talking about what a leftist threat de Blasio was. And you know what? They said, that's fine with us. This is what we want. It is rejection, and Obama better see this. And you know who really better understand it? Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton
absolutely.
better understand.
If Hillary Clinton reinvents herself as a genuine progressive, the way that Teddy Roosevelt did, frankly, after what's his name was shot, when he was vice president. If she reinvents herself as a genuine progressive, then I think she has a tremendous opportunity here to be the next FDR.
But Tom,
on the other hand, if she doesn't, boy, are we toast.
Tom, why don't we stand back and say, don't we sound like, don't Democrats, I'm not a Democrat, by the way, but don't Democrats sound like Republicans in this need to perpetuate generation after generation these same old names? Look who you have in the Democratic Party that are stars. Elizabeth Warren, Jeff Markley, Sherrod Brown, John Tester. These are people who are young. They have appeal to millennials. They understand the rejection of the Clinton years. They understand the rejection of Obama, the rejection of Reaganism. Why is it that the Democrats can't understand that and embrace the fact that there is a pivot taking place in this country? Why is it that we have to go back to the same well every time and say we have to dress Hillary Clinton up into something we know she's not? Yeah. We know she's not this new progressive that she'll portray herself as. She came from the damn Rose Law Firm in Arkansas, one of the most conservative corporate firms in America.
On all those facts, you're absolutely right. And when Franklin Roosevelt was elected president, he was running on a platform of small, gradual incrementalism. He was, the wealthy plutocrat. When he was governor of the state of New York, he was not a progressive. He was kind of okay with the progressive agenda, but he was mostly a machine politician. And he got it, that America was in a crisis and it needed a genuine progressive revolution.
I agree with that totally. It was a pivot that he made. He made it successfully. You may be right, but why is it that we want to go to the same well rather than inventing?
No, I'm with you.
Sherrod Brown.
I'm with you. I would love to see President Elizabeth Warren.
Oh my gosh! How could we ask for anything better? How about a Grayson, Elizabeth Warren? Why don't we think out of the norms and say, why do we keep going back to the same well? Clintonism is dead among millennials. Obama never got that. The people that are advising him today never got that. That's why he missed Syria, he missed Summers, he missed legal marijuana, he missed DOMA, he missed gender, he missed Social Security, and he's going to miss the XL pipeline issue because he is so out of sync and so tied in to the old notions of politics.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not just Bill Clinton, by the way. It's a large part of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, it is. No question.
And weirdly, you've got the Tea Partiers saying the same thing about the Republican Party, except that they want to take the Republican Party in the direction of crazy, and we'd like to take the Democratic Party in the direction of rational.
Yeah. Rather than getting pulled along with the crazy train, which is very, very much a possibility.
Yeah.
The good news is Bobby Jindal's not relevant. Scott Walker, Paul Ryan, Ted Cruz, they're not relevant among millennials, and millennials are saying, you know what, I've had enough of this old stuff.
Yeah, well, and Scott Walker wouldn't even been governor if it wasn't for millions and millions of dollars of money coming in from outside his state. A lot of it from the Koch brothers, so among others. So absolutely right. Mike Papantonio, host of the Ring of Fire radio program, Ring of Fire Radio, also Ring of Fire TV. Now on Free Speech TV, it's also ringofireradio.com. We'll be right back.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
And Pap, I forgot to thank you for being with us. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.